Good afternoon. This is Agnes Levin of Levin Oliver Publisher bringing you the Community News Update. At the top of the news this week is President Obama's increasing the minimum wage campaign. You are urged to please support this campaign in your state by urging legislators to increase the minimum wage. Here in Maryland, Governor Martin O'Malley has announced that the General Assembly has passed increasing the minimum wage legislation here. We thank you, Governor Martin O'Malley, and we thank you, the Maryland General Assembly, for understanding how important this is to many persons and businesses. So we encourage you to continue to contact your legislators where you are and urge them to pass increasing the minimum wage. President Obama has also passed a policy which is known as the White House Initiative on Educational Excellence policy. This executive order expands educational opportunities with improvements for African Americans and Hispanic Americans. Out of that initiative, the My Brother's Keeper initiative was also put into implementation. The My Brother's Keeper initiative focuses on African American males and accomplishing educational excellence in schools. This is for African American males of all ages. Morehouse College recently held an Educational Excellence Summit on March the 25th and 26th. This was an invitation for parents, students, faculty, and other educational experts to come together and engage in dialogue on ways to help African Americans do better, perform better in the school setting in terms of learning the information and getting good grades. So that weekend-long summit was very productive, and there were a lot of good questions raised by various age groups. I invite you to visit the Morehouse College website and watch the stream of the live stream of the Educational Excellence Summit at morehousecollege.edu. You can also visit Morehouse College on Flickr and see wonderful photos of the weekend of the Educational Excellence Summit. The My Brother's Keeper initiative will be traveling to Jackson State University on April the 25th and 26th for an Educational Excellence Summit. Parents, students, relatives, faculty, peers, and all persons who are stakeholders in helping African American males to succeed and African American students to succeed are invited to participate at this weekend summit as well at Jackson State University. You can get more information by visiting the jsu.edu website. You can follow Jackson State University on Twitter at JSU as well. And you can also get the application for this Educational Excellence Summit on April the 25th and 26th on Twitter and on the websites I just mentioned. And once again, I urge you to participate and join in the conversations and the plans to help African Americans succeed in college, in school, in high school. Listen to them and express yourself, your thoughts and ideas as well, so that we can help strengthen the American economy. That's what it's all about. You can also follow more information in the Levin Oliver Publisher weekly newsletter. Grab your copy hot off the press. National Alliance on Mental Illness has an action alert out, and we invite you to please support this action alert by responding to the call to contact your legislators and have them support keeping the Special Needs Trust Fund here in Maryland. SB 240 and House Bill 83 have been introduced to dismantle the Special Needs Trust Fund. The Special Needs Trust Fund was put into place 30 years ago to help persons with special needs, developmental disabilities, mental illnesses, to have funds for goods and services that are not covered by Medicaid. This is very important and contributes to a quality of life, and the Special Needs Trust Fund needs to stay intact. So the message that we want to give to our legislatures are leave the Special Needs Trust Fund intact, please. And that information on how you can respond to the action alert will be on the screen following this video news update. Medicaid expansion across the nation. We are celebrating Obamacare reaching 7.1 million persons enrolled, but we have to also reach out to 5.7 million persons who are not enrolled in health care but are eligible for health care insurance under Medicaid. So please help reach these persons who are eligible for Medicaid and get them enrolled for health insurance. Medicaid does not have a deadline. It is an open enrollment 24/7 or all year long. If Medicaid expansion is not available in your state, please get on board with advocating to have it available in your state. This Medicaid expansion is under the Affordable Care Act. There are some states that have not embraced it yet, and in order for us to get every American covered, and this includes children who may be eligible for the Children Insurance Program known as CHIP, to also have insurance coverage. So if you are eligible for Medicaid, visit Medicaid.gov and get your application in. If you want to know if you're eligible for Medicaid, visit Medicaid.gov and get your application in. If Medicaid expansion is not in your state, please join the effort to bring it into your state as well. And remember that this includes children and young adults who may be eligible for Medicaid. The White House is having an Easter egg roll on Monday, April 21st. All children ages 5 through 13 are invited to participate. You can visit the whitehouse.gov/Easter egg roll and download an application, read all the details, and get your entry submitted as soon as possible. I Saw You in His Eyes held its first Twitter chat this past weekend, and it was very exciting, and you were invited to participate in this Saturday's Twitter chat of I Saw You in His Eyes. We learned this past weekend that reading stands for victory. So visit the Amazon Kindle store if you have not purchased your copy yet, and pick up a copy of I Saw You in His Eyes. The Twitter chat will be every Saturday until we get through the book at 7:30 p.m. The Twitter address is LOP1936. This weekend coming, we will cover chapters 2 and 3. So if you're reading along with us or you have read it, we're going to have some interesting discussion, Q&A on reading and chapters 2 and 3 this Saturday, 7:30. Look for more information in the LOP community newsletter, as well as other educational information as well. Spread the word, share the information, and let's keep moving America forward. Amen. Thank you.